Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. Yesterday was Friday the 13th, so happy Friday the 13th everybody. It's now the 14th, but anyway, it is finally spring break, so no more goddamn school for 2 weeks. This is perfect, which means tons of streams, videos, and the 3-year anniversary of the channel coming out next Friday. So everyone get prepared for that one, and we're gonna have a good day. So in today's video we will be talking about Scream 7 again, but this time we're gonna be ranking every single Scream movie from worst to best. And I do have some controversial takes on here. My number 2 spot is surprisingly very controversial nowadays, but I will be talking more about that later on in the video. So anyways, let's get right into it. Okay, so in 7th place, I have the one, the only, Scream 3. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I actually like this movie more than I did back when I first watched it. At first, I was like, dude, what? Like, dude, this killer's, like, barely even in the movie, dude. Like, now she all of a sudden has a brother. Like, what? Come on, man. But, man, I will say, I do think Scream 3 probably has the worst kills out of the entire series. Like, most of them are very generic. Like, I think the best kill, in my opinion, was I actually don't know, but it has a very weak opening sequence. Like, Cotton's barely in the Scream franchise. He's in the film for maybe like 20 minutes max throughout the entire franchise. So it's like we don't really get to build enough on his character. Probably even less than 20 minutes. But we barely get to build anything on his character because he's so flat and he's like barely in the film. Like, not necessarily flat, but you know what I mean? He's just not in the film much. So it's like, you know the basics of him. You know why he was sent to prison. You know why he was blah, 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 blah. So they kind of ruined him by killing him off so early, but it did kind of set, like, everything up for Scream 3. Knowing, like, hey, Ghostface is back. He's in Hollywood. Sid, you better watch out. And it does a really good job at keeping up as, like, a trilogy and how it builds on trilogy rules. So I think the third act, good. So overall, it's just pretty, like, solid, I guess. Like, I think it's like a solid 7 out of 10. But in 6th place is actually dude, 6th place. I actually probably have to do a tie here between 5th and 6th place. And that is going to be Scream 7 and Scream 5. I think it's pretty fair to tie them up here, because Scream 7 has such a good, like, everything up until the third act, great. Opening sequence, great. House scene, bar scene, chase scene, theater scene. All of these scenes, they are so good. But that third act just ruined everything, if I'm being completely honest. It really did. And for Scream 5, I just think Scream 5 is just kind of like, it's so bland and simple. Yet that's why I love it. Because Scream 5 is the most true to the original, and it's basically like 1996, but if it was in 2022. So Scream 5 was just kind of like an overall very, very solid movie, because there isn't a lot going for it. There's not much about it. It's just really generic, and that's why I love it. While for Scream 7, I think has probably the best, I think Scream 7 overall is better than Scream 5, but that entire third act, as I said, just completely ruins Scream 7. So I have to kind of bring it down a little bit for that. While with Scream 5, it's pretty much just less intense, less crazier, and it's more just kind of like, I feel like Scream 5 is probably like the most realistic movie up until the third act. Like, you have some pretty gnarly kills in there, although some of the kills aren't that realistic, but it just feels like, I don't know, Scream 5 just kind of gives off like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything's going back to the basics, while with other Scream movies, it all takes place in a completely different location every single time, and there's so many intense kills. But in Scream 5, it's not intense, and it's just very, like, simplistic. It's very, easygoing is what the word I would say is. While for Scream 7, it's way more intense, nowhere near to being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man of the Scream franchise, but that entire third act brings Scream 7 down for me. So, I would have to say my 6th and 5th place are Scream 7 and Scream 5. But wait, there's more! Okay, in 4th place is gonna have to be Scream 2. Yeah, I'd say Scream 2 is very, very, like, reasonable to put in your 4th place. I mean, come on. It has the best opening sequence of the entire franchise, in my opinion. I mean, it's literally exactly what a Scream movie should be. Taking place at a movie theater and killing, like, just viewers. And having it be in a stab film, like the movie theater, like, playing stab, whatever. It's so good. The killers are pretty darn good. I think Mickey is really good. Nancy, she's okay, I guess. She's not that good. Probably because it's just like, okay. Like, how do you even know who she is? Like, honestly. Like, at least for, like, Roman Bridger, we actually, like, know his name and stuff. But I don't even remember what Nancy Loomis's alias was for the film. So, it's just like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it has, I feel like the movie's a little bit more slow, but it has some really good scenes throughout, like that house scene, which is tons of fun. The theater scene, great. And that Dewey scene where he gets stabbed, all of that is so good. I've come to love Scream 2 way more than I did upon rewatch. Like, I think it was actually my least favorite of the franchise, but then it's just now somehow in 4th place. Like, geez, I actually really like this film now. And for Scream 7, it was like, okay. Upon rewatch, I was like, okay, it's not as good as my first rewatch. So then it just kind of like went a little bit more down. But Scream 2, it's been going up. It's been going up. I think like other films like Scream 3 and Scream 5, they've just kind of like stayed in their place. So yeah, Scream 2 is just pretty much just such an overall good film. In 3rd place, we have Scream 4. Man, I love Scream 4 so much. Back when I first rewatched it, it was like the first time I ever watched it, it was in the bottom of my list. But man, upon a rewatch, man, the kills are great. The killers are actually pretty good. And it's such a fun movie, man. Like, Jill Roberts does such a great job as a killer. Kirby Reed is such a great friend. in my opinion. And then you have like all of these other cool scenes, the barn scene, and come on, the fact Jill makes past the third act just kind of like tells you, yeah, this film is going to be pretty high, because that's a first for the franchise, having someone actually make it past the third act. But I do think the real only like big downside about the film is the opening sequence. I think it might be my least favorite of the franchise. It's so like good on paper, but the final product for Scream 4's opening sequence kind of sucked. So that was pretty unfortunate. But I think it's like just a pretty good film overall. As I said, great killers, some really fun scenes in there. It's a fun movie. But, you know, in second place we got, and this is the controversial one that I was talking about, Scream 6. Yeah, I know. Go at me in the comments. I don't care. I love Scream 6, man. There is so many good scenes. Like, whenever I think about rewatching a Scream film, I'll either just keep rewatching the original, Scream 4, Scream 5 because of how modernized and just how basic it is, but Scream 6 is my go-to rewatch. It's such a fun movie from start to finish. I mean, that era for Scream 6... I wish I could experience that again, man. Scream 6 had such a great marketing, man. That era for Scream 6 was everything to me. And the killers, as much as I think the killers are better upon a rewatch, I do think Quinn and Ethan are still on my lower side of the list, but Bailey does a pretty crazy job. I think he's tons of fun. I mean, like, come on, dude. The bodega scene? The subway scene, all of these scenes are so good. Man, that apartment scene, Gale chase scene. The third act I don't think is that great, but I still think it's fun. And the opening sequence is actually probably like my really only big downside about the film. I don't know. Like, on my first viewing, I'm like, oh, snap, Scream 6 opening sequence, this is so good. Like, you have Jason unmasking himself after killing Laura, and then all of that, blah, blah, blah. But it feels like an entire short film on its own. Like, it's such a long opening sequence. Crazy extended. Like, we have the date, and then we have that entire apartment scene, and then they get killed, blah, 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 blah. And then you get the opening sequence, or the title card. But, I don't know, I just don't think the opening sequence, like, kind of aged well in the past 3 years of its release. Speaking of, 4 days ago was the 3-year anniversary for Scream 6. So, that's awesome. I love Scream 6, but, I don't know, I really think the only downsides are the killer's third act. But that doesn't really say much, because I do think the killers are pretty decent and the third act is pretty decent. I just find myself really bored watching the third act, so yeah. But in first place, I really wonder what the first place is. It's totally not the original, is it? I don't know. Oh, the original Scream. This movie has a really special place in my heart. It started everything, honestly. Like, for me, Halloween was just kind of like what really got me into horror, but Scream elevated everything. Just like how Scream elevated horror and brought horror back to its roots and brought horror back after the 90s being such a deadline for horror films. Then Scream comes out of nowhere and redefined the entire genre, which is why I love Scream so much. It's not afraid of anything. and it's very self-aware, which is why the original Scream stands out the most. I mean, it has the best killers in the franchise. It has such a great introduction to all of these different characters. It has some of the most memorable films or skills in the entire franchise, and what an opening sequence. And don't get me started on that kitchen scene in the original. Don't even get me started on that from the Mocker house. That is by far my favorite scene in the entire franchise. The kitchen scene from the original film. I do not care. It is my favorite. My definitive, it's the definitive Scream scene for me. It's so good. The film overall is such a masterpiece from start to finish. I mean, once I finished watching that, then I watched the other 4 films, because this was before Scream 5 came out. I knew there was something special about this movie. And then Scream 5 comes out, I had to rent that one to watch it. And then I watched Scream 7 and 6 in theaters. So, really, Scream has such a big place in my heart. I mean, you can see. I have, Scream posters right here. Scream poster, popcorn buckets from Scream 7, the Ghostface mask, some giant bloody disgusting banner here, my entire Ghostface shelf. And I still have... Nope, that's Michael Myers. Sorry, guys. That is my Ghostface shelf. And I still have my cup from Scream 6, believe it or not. And I have my little Ghostface mask right there. And over to the side, I have another Ghostface mask right there. So clearly, Scream has quite the place in my heart. So it's not even surprising to see it in my number 1 spot on this list. Just go watch it for yourself. It's such a great movie. Scream really set the tone for everything. I mean, this channel really started because of, Michael Myers and Halloween Ends and Scream. I mean, Ghostface is the goddamn mascot for this channel because it's Ghostface. What can I say? So everybody, thank you so much for hopping on here. This was Cruel ZV, and as usual, comment down below the ranking of your Scream movies. What would you rank them out of 10? Or what would you rank the entire franchise? Is Scream 7 your least favorite, which I think is most people's nowadays? Or maybe you have something else in first place. Maybe Scream 7's your favorite. Maybe Scream 6 is your number 1 spot. And I don't think that. In my opinion, it's not. But this was Cruel ZV coming on, and I will be seeing you guys later. Peace.